Still treating your enterprise data as a mere byproduct of your software? You're hobbling your own agility and innovation. I'm Randy McClure with SC Tech Insights. Stop worshiping software applications. Today, I'll show you 6 advantages of becoming data ready and how to turn data into a competitive weapon.
Welcome to today's Explainer. Look, if you're a C-suite executive staring down a massive IT budget right now, we really need to talk. Today, we're cutting through all that endless vendor hype to fundamentally change how you view those multi-million-dollar software investments you've been making. Over the decades, you've probably poured absolute fortunes into massive monolithic ERPs and CRMs, right? Well, here is the hard truth. If your enterprise data is just being treated as a mere byproduct of those systems, you are literally building a digital mansion on quicksand. The initial efficiencies those platforms promised, it's kind of morphed into this costly, dangerous obsession with the applications themselves. So let's dive into this comparison. That old application-centric mindset, it just leaves you with trapped data, disjointed silos, and honestly, bloated code. It hobbles the exact agility it was supposed to deliver. The solution here is the data-centric reality. This demands a really profound shift, where your data becomes a permanent, frictionless asset. We're talking completely decoupled from the fleeting life cycle of that transient software. We know your time is valuable, so here is our roadmap for today. We're going to cover the legacy software trap, what data readiness actually is, agility and absolute truth, smarter decisions and cheaper IT, unleashing AI and security, and finally, your ultimate competitive weapon. All right, let's kick things off with section 1, the legacy software trap. Now you might be thinking, hey, migrating to modern SaaS applications is the fix, but they quickly become outdated, they break, and they cost an absolute fortune to replace. All those endless data integrations and business intelligence tools your teams keep building, honestly, they're really just expensive band-aids on a festering wound. They utterly fail to fix the core disease here, which is data fragmentation. Moving right along to section 2, what is data readiness? This term was actually coined by supply chain tech advisor Randy McClure, and it's the operational state where you actively define, structure, and prioritize your data. It ensures your information is instantly accessible, high quality, and completely actionable. Think of this as the ultimate blueprint for decoupling your vital business intelligence from transitory software, turning it into a permanent strategic asset. That brings us to section 3, agility and absolute truth. So advantage 1 is superior business agility. We all know outdated legacy systems hold you back, but a data-ready approach totally untangles that mess. Just consider a data-ready retailer. They can easily bypass those legacy roadblocks to analyze sales across multiple systems and channels all at once. By stripping away those rigid data silos, leaders can make immediate, highly informed inventory decisions to capitalize on rapidly changing customer behaviors. Data that is loved tends to survive. I absolutely love this quote by Kurt Bulllecker because it perfectly highlights our next advantage. Listen, if you want your organization's data to be reliable, you have to treat it with care to establish absolute trust across your entire enterprise. And that trust, that leads directly to advantage 2, establishing a single source of truth, or SSOT. When departments work with fragmented, duplicated, out-of-date datasets, it causes catastrophic errors and just tanks executive confidence. But picture a large financial institution where every single department views the exact same hyper-accurate customer profile. Your errors plummet, and those enterprise-wide insights absolutely skyrocket. Let's dive into section 4, smarter decisions, cheaper IT. As Mark Twain so famously said, there are lies, damned lies, and statistics. It's a great reminder that without targeted, timely, and complete data, your corporate decisions are, well, essentially based on fiction. You simply cannot steer a multi-million-dollar ship while blindfolded by partial truths. Which brings us to advantage 3, informed decision-making fueled by intelligent data. In the data-ready enterprise, your team stopped wasting countless hours cross-referencing conflicting system reports. Take healthcare, for example. A provider leveraging comprehensive, unified patient histories, rather than fragmented charts, can instantly identify health outcome patterns. This kind of targeted data streamlines care and, quite literally, saves lives. Now, advantage 4 impacts your bottom line directly. Traditional IT engineering basically holds you hostage to complex systems, exorbitant subscription fees, and endless custom coding just to process new inputs. Data-ready engineering completely flips the script on this. By decoupling the data, you minimize backloaded software, you drastically slash your development costs, and you massively multiply your opportunities for code reuse. It is just a vastly leaner IT strategy. Moving on to Section 5, Unleashing AI and Security. So Advantage 5 is the actual faster adoption of emerging tech. Look, if you're struggling to implement AI or IoT right now, stop blaming the technology. Blame your fractured application-centric foundation. AI models literally starve to death without massive continuous feeds of clean data. Becoming data ready creates that frictionless pipeline you actually need to rapidly deploy and scale AI. And similarly, IoT sensors, they're no longer locked into single-use apps. That data gets unlocked for real cross-departmental use, like route optimization. And then we have Advantage 6, Purpose-Driven Security and Analytics. A data-ready state replaces chaotic patchworks with a centralized approach for management, standardizing your security against unauthorized access across the board. For instance, an e-commerce company can safely centralize customer info to totally supercharge their marketing analytics, while simultaneously and securely sharing that exact same data with your inventory systems, all without ever breaking compliance. We are surrounded by data, but starved for insights. Jay Baer really hit the nail on the head here. This is the ultimate frustration for the modern C-suite executive. You've invested millions into gathering data, yet you still can't get a clear, actionable picture of your business, all because that data remains stubbornly disjointed. Let's wrap things up with Section 6, your ultimate competitive weapon. To actually execute this intervention, you need to mandate 3 steps from the top down starting today. First, stop worshiping transient software applications. Second, treat your data as a permanent, enterprise-level strategic asset. And third, leverage open data standards to build a frictionless, accessible pipeline. It's time to eliminate those proprietary vendor formats that are currently holding your corporate information hostage. As emerging technologies completely redefine our industries, you are left with a pretty stark choice. Will you elevate your data to be your ultimate competitive weapon, or will your application-centric silos be the reason your company simply becomes history? This shift isn't just another IT upgrade, it's the dividing line for the future of your entire business.
Hello, this is Randy McClure from SC Tech Insights. Thank you for listening. For more on this topic, click the article link below or go to www.sctechinsights.com for the latest insights on supply chain technology. Thank you and see you next time.